Shaman here, and welcome back to my channel here at CakeupnCurl. So I have this really fun look for you guys. I actually took the look that I created for Easter Sunday and just recreated it, added a little bit more. So it's kind of like a festive spring look that I came up with, and the palette that I use for this look is actually my Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism Palette. I used the entire palette for this whole look right here. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, of course all of the extras you don't necessarily have to add onto your look, but I think the look within itself is very versatile. But if you want to see how I got this look, definitely keep on watching. But before you do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Show your girl some love. I am going to be also posting a review on the Curls Professional Caviar and Cashmere line. So that will be linked in my description bar below. I will be recording that directly following this video. So yeah, again, if you guys want to see how I achieved this look right here, definitely keep on watching. Alright, so as you guys can see, I'm starting with my base and my brows already done. I am taking that shade right there, that is Eden, and I am using that shade as a transition shade. So my normal transition shade is more like a warm nude color, but today I'm just going to be using that, and I'm using a big fluffy blending brush that is by Sigma, and I am just building that transition shade onto the eye. Alright, so moving on to my next shade, I am taking that shade right there that is called Saharan. And what I'm doing is taking a more tapered blending brush, and I am going directly above the crease area. So I am using a very, very light hand. As you can see, I am more so holding the brush towards the bottom of the brush, very, very light hair strokes, and I am just going in circular motions as well as windshield wiper motions, and I am just building that shade up. So as you can see, it is a little bit darker than that previous like peachy tone, which I actually really, really like, so I'm just building that up to my liking. And so what I did was I just applied some of my Mercier translucent powder underneath the eye just to catch any fallout underneath there, because I did notice that I did get a little bit of fallout with that Saharan shade. So I just apply a little bit of translucent powder underneath the eye, and I went back in with that fluffy blending brush and I just blended out any harsh lines. Next, I'm going to be taking that brown shade. It is called Parallel, as you can see there. And I'm going directly into the crease with that shade. So I'm taking a more stiff tapered blending brush. This is by Kylie Cosmetics, and I am focusing that on the outer V of my eye. So what I like to do when I get to this portion of my eye is just pack the shade on, and then I begin to blend that shade out. So when I'm blending, as you can see, I kind of like to use the side of the brush, and I just kind of brush forward. I go back in, I pack that shade back on, and then I began blending out from there. Alright, so once I have built that color up to my liking, I am going to take some concealer. The concealer I'm using today is my LA Girl Pro Concealer in medium beige, and I am using a flat synthetic brush that is by Morphe, and I am going to cut my crease. For the ones and my subscribers that have been watching my videos know that I just prefer to cut my crease because I do have hooded eyes, so that is more of a personal preference for me. But if you do not want to cut your crease, that's perfectly fine. You can more so just move on to the next step with applying your shadow onto the lid. But here I am just cutting the crease, and whenever I do use concealer anywhere on my face, I do make sure I set that with some translucent powder, or any powder would work. So once I am done applying that, next you see me doing here is just taking some translucent powder, and I am just packing that over top of that concealer just so that it doesn't crease or move. So here I am taking those two shades, the shades I used previously, that is Eden and Parallel, and I am going to be taking that flat, more stiffer blending brush, and I am just blending that product onto that concealer. So I do want to have that more gradient effect on the outer V, so I am just brushing that product forward, just to kind of blend that out a little bit more. Alright, so this next shade in the palette, that is the shade Eternal. Obviously, I was really excited to use that shade. I just love that it had so much pigmentation to it, and it was so metallic. So I just used that with a flat brush by Morphe. And what I did do was I did spray the brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus to apply that shadow. So as you can see, what I'm doing is more so just dragging that shade. I am not really like patting it on. I am just kind of dragging it on because it is like a thicker, more metallic shade. It probably will be better to apply it with a finger, in my personal opinion, but I just went ahead and used that brush and applied that product. Alright, so after I have blended that out, this part actually was not a part of the original plan. I'm taking that shade Sphere, and I am taking a smaller brush. I usually use this brush to apply highlighter in my inner tear duct. I am just applying that shade in the inner corner of my eye. I started to, as I was going, switching up the look a little bit. As I said before, I did to recreate this look from my Easter Sunday look, and I did not do this in that previous look, but today I was just kind of evolving with the look, and I just wanted to use that shade. I was really just trying to figure out how I was going to incorporate that shade into the look. So I am taking that here, and I am patting that into the inner corner of my eye, as you can see, and I did just blend that out a little bit as well. Here I am just brushing away that powder that was sitting underneath my eye. I did not want that to dry out too much. But once I did my other eye and applied my brows, I really kind of started to evolve into more of a butterfly type look. So here I am taking my Kylie Cosmetics gel that is in a white, as you can see. I actually received this pot in her holiday collection a couple of years ago. So I am taking like a eyeliner brush, and I am just applying some dots of that eyeliner in the inner corner of my eye. And then once I'm finishing doing that, I'm going back into that color Sphere, and that is that lime green shade, and I'm just going to apply that directly over top of this white gel liner. Now ladies, you obviously know that these steps are completely optional. I actually really like the look with just the brown and orange tones together, just like the very peachy look. But I always do the most, so I just really wanted to kind of add a little bit extra to the look. So this step you can totally skip and just kind of move on to just finishing your look up. Again, I really like the copper lid with the peachy tones and the crease as well. So that would be a really beautiful option also. But I was totally feeling this. So after I have applied that, I did take a black liquid liner and I just applied a few dots of that into the inner corner as well, as you see me doing here. So what I'm doing here is taking the Huda Beauty lip contour liner, and that is in the shade Trendsetter, and I am just lining my lips. As you can see, I actually already finished my base and everything on my face, which included contouring and blush as well, I do believe. And to top off the look, I did go in with my Cocoa collection Kylie Cosmetics liquid lipstick, and today I used the shade Baby Girl, which is like a peachy salmon type of shade. I thought it went perfectly with the eye, just to kind of bring a little bit more fun to the look. So I am just applying that liquid lipstick. Alright you guys, so after I've applied that, then I am going to set my face. Today I'm using my Pixi Glow Mist that is infused with argan oil on my face to set everything in place. And of course you just kind of have to get your hair together, fluff that up a little bit, And yeah, you guys, that is pretty much it for the look. I am totally digging the butterfly vibes. I really love the color combination. I am trying to step a little bit out of my comfort zone and do more that involves color, and butterflies are really just my vibe right now. I am evolving in so many ways, undergoing so many changes in my life right now. So I really love this look, but as I said before, you can change it up to your liking. But you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Show your girl some love. Thank you for the support, and again, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.